Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight. Welcome back to another episode of Curse of the Dead Gods. Today's challenge for gold and blood. You start at death's door. Blood and gold are your only sources of subsistence, which one can assume is a signifier that we're gonna have to probably blood urns and heal using our greed combo. That's an interesting challenge, especially because we're gonna be in a position where a single hit can kill us for some time. Oh dear. What do you got for me? Dexterity. Thank goodness. Alright, that makes life that much easier. Once we get our combo, you know, way up there, should be pretty trivial to heal ourselves to full health, so that's pretty good. Also, going forward, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to be alternating between episodes of Curse of the Dead Gods and Hades moving forward, which of course, new game on the channel. Yeah. Also, I suppose I kind of talked about it in the first episode there, but you know, anyone who may be watching this series but not watching that series, what brought my attention to Hades was the fact that apparently the two games are similar, and if you have only watched the gameplay for either game, or, well, I guess for both games, because that's obviously how you would be able to make any kind of comparison, yeah, you could be forgiven for thinking the two games are basically, more or less, copies of each other, but they feel different, like when you actually play them. Also, if I am not mistaken, as, you know, while I'm trying to concentrate on remembering the gameplay here, my mind is a little fogged up, as it were. But, I think the dodge button is different. Like, I believe it's B in Hades, it's right trigger, well, if you're using a controller, in this game. Oh no, wait. B is to dodge in Dark Souls. Oh boy. And Dark Souls controls are completely different, but still. Oh dear. Keep that combo alive. Don't you dare summon another minion. Don't need that right now. Anyway, but yeah. I mean, for one, bit of a difference between the two games is... Well, I kind of talked about it a little in my first episode of Hades, but might as well talk about it here as well. From what I have observed thus far. I mean, for one, the camera feels closer in this game and has more of a sense of claustrophobia, which I think is intentional given, you know, the nature of the traps. No. Anyway, and Hades feels like it plays faster, if that makes sense. Well, like Hades feels like it's more about, I don't really want to say it's more about speed, but it's like a faster paced game in terms of like how you attack, and I think the enemies probably move about the same, frankly, between games. Wait, what is this blood droplet? That's new. I mean, oh no, that would be me sacrificing blood. I gotcha, for corruption. Oddly enough, I did not notice that change previously. There haven't been any updates since then. Unless... No, because I mean, it's always been blood sacrifice on the curse. Anyway. Yeah. This game feels like it feels like attacks are a bit slower, and there's like a certain sense of maybe you're supposed to be a bit more methodical, perhaps, in your actions. And also the bosses in Hades are a bit crazier. Though having said that, and by crazier I mean like it feels like there's more. Oh no, there was a. Oh wait. There is in fact a way for us to keep this going. But, or at least the bosses I've made it to so far. Well, the first two bosses really, they feel. Well, the first boss has like a bit of a bullet hell phase in it. And the second boss has all those heads in a relatively claustrophobic arena. Though having said that, you know, there's... Dang it. There's still time for Curse the Dead Gods to get frantic, crazy boss fights like that as well. And you know, it's not like the boss fights in this game are easy either. Why am I comparing these two games? Well, I don't know, I'm trying to explain my thoughts on the differences between the two. So frankly, I think both are worth your time, is the short version of this whole thing. Maybe I should have led with that. They're both worth your time. They're similar, yet different. And yeah. I find them both very enjoyable and worth the price of admission. Oh, wait. What have I done here? Maximum stamina is reduced by 1. Killing an enemy with any weapons restores 2 stamina instead of... Ooh. Also, my stamina is blue. That is an interesting... Oh yeah, I've this whole run I've had +1 dexterity for killing an enemy, haven't I? Oh jeez. Oh, and I got hit twice. Oh, that sucks. Oh well, I mean, we heal up pretty nicely. And as we've learned in recent years, the bow is one of the greatest weapons you can use. Oh boy. Less stamina though, that's something. Anyway, but yeah, so other than comparing two very interesting games, what else do we have going on? Well, it's quiet. Quiet around here. Given a touch of real-world news, apparently where I'm at is one of several places in Canada that's going to be opening up, as they say, in the next week or so. Well, having a phased reopening of the economy is how they put it. Which I'm sure will make some people very happy because, you know, some people have been kind of griping, which is understandable. I mean, you know, the world has been more or less... you know, hit the pause button for the last month or two, so... Well, we're not going back to normal anytime soon. And depending on what news articles you're reading, some would argue that we shouldn't return to quote-unquote normal. But, you know, look to use this whole situation as a chance to maybe rework how we do things. Well, some things, anyway. You know, still got a long way to go. I mean, I've been kind of reading that... I mean, heck, apparently, the experts aren't even sure if this is a virus that you can get just, like, regular old, immunity, or what were they saying? Like, this might be a virus where the antibody response, I guess, like, subsides after some time, or something to that effect. So, leaving you open to reinfection again. Which is... That's a entirely new concept for me. I had always been under the impression that if you got sick with something, then you know, you could... like, your body would be immune to that particular like, what was it? I can't even remember where I learned this, but it was like, apparently if you get sick with a particular strain of flu, you're then immune to that particular strain of flu for the rest of your life. But because, you know, there's many, many different strains of the flu, that's why you can still get sick or something. Anyway, the point is, of course, that, I guess, you know, it seems like, well, here in Canada at least, you know, we've done a pretty good job of handling this whole situation. But we're not out of the woods yet. Oop. Oh, well. Didn't really make a lot of progress there on killing the old boss man, did I? Oop. There we go, use that to our advantage. And now I've let 2 jaguars show up. And also there goes my combo. Anyway. But, you know, one way or the other, it's going to be interesting to see where we are, you know, in a year from now, or I guess like 6 months from now even. Hopefully, all is well. Though, you know, there has been some I'll be honest with you, this might be getting too real world, but one of the things that has just baffled me the entire time that this situation has been going on is, and there goes my +1 dexterity, that's what you get for about, talk real life when you should be focusing on a game, but, I really shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm going to anyway. You know, certain comments that a certain world leader has been making regarding certain household products that may or may not be injected into one's veins. Or drunk, apparently, because, you know, I've been reading, like, why would you... Why? Why would you drink bleach or Lysol or anything like that? I was reading about this the other day. It's like, Trump says, hey, you know, like, he doesn't even tell his followers to do this. He's just, you know, he implies that, hey, maybe if you drink Lysol or inject it into your veins, maybe that will cure the virus. Because it certainly works when you know, use it on, like, your kitchen counter. And then, you know, ouch. It just baffles me, because then I've been reading in the news the last few days, apparently, like, poison control in various areas has been reporting, like, double the number of cases of people drinking household cleaner. Like, hi. Do they not teach you kids, critical thinking down in the US? Like, good God. Why? Be careful out there, my friends, is what I'm trying to say, really. I don't want to sound like I'm just, haha, Americans are stupid. You know, that doesn't help anyone. I'm just saying, be careful out there, and please, for the love of God, make sure that your friends and family are not drinking household cleaner. And you know what, that's all I've got to say about that. Let's get back to enjoying a video game rather than discussing real life. I just, you know, this feels like it's something that's really important to mention. I shouldn't have to. And in fact, you know, it's really not my business to be telling people what they should and should not be drinking. But, you know, it just baffles me sometimes, alright? That people can, like, especially otherwise smart people. Like, I have to assume at least some of these cases that I'm reading about are a result of, you know, people are scared because, well, frankly, I guess if I also want to get political again, ouch. From what I've been hearing, the US response to this whole thing has been kind of lackluster. And, you know, and frankly, no matter where you are in the world, like, you know, there's stuff going on down here in Canada as well. You know, we've had our share of people who are going around going, oh, this virus is a hoax by the government to take away my rights. Or something. You know? Like, it's troubling sometimes. Like, alright, if I continue with my general, talking real-life stuff, like, I read a headline just the other day that apparently, I really hope this is an exaggerated headline, but, like, 1 in 5 Canadians apparently think it's not safe to sit next to an Asian person on the bus. And, like, reading that, I'm just thinking to myself, why? Like, I mean, I guess to an extent, that's probably, again, people aren't rational when they're afraid, so... Oh, crap, I picked the wrong room. Anyway, I mean, not that that is an excuse for, like, blatant racism and stuff like that, but, you know, I think it's, like, it's coming from a place of fear rather than hate. At least that's what I like to hopefully believe. And, the greatest cure for fear is education. And if you can educate people, then, you know, there might be hope for them yet. Or something like that. I don't know. I've said before, one of my greatest strengths and weaknesses, I suppose, is my, insistence on believing in the best in humanity, even when it doesn't always seem to be all that apparent. You know. Sometimes, man. Sometimes I just don't know. I mean, what I really don't know is why there's some people out there who seem to choose to, like, deliberately live in fear and hate rather than, you know, like, they know, or at least are, like, semi-aware of their own ignorance, but they don't try to do anything about it. And, you know, I suppose that comes dangerously close to having a certain arrogant ivory tower. Like, it's easy to sit atop the old ivory tower and be like, hey, you know, this is what people should be doing. But, you know, the reality is, of course, people are complicated. And what one should be doing and what one actually does can be two very different things. And, you know, I suppose also, by the way, in all this, I probably am more of an ivory tower intellectual elite than, you know, your common salt-of-the-earth worker. I've always been a bit confused with the phrase, you know, referring to someone as salt-of-the-earth, because I always figured that would be a bad thing, because, you know, if you have salt in the earth, then nothing grows there. But my understanding of that phrase is that it's actually a, you know, it refers to, like, you know, the ordinary... Ouch. Really thought I could walk out of the way of that for some reason. And then I did it again. Well done. But anyway. But, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I know that some of my own positions and beliefs, they may, even if they come from a place of good intentions, I, you know, may myself, in fact, be ignorant on things. And by may, I mean I'm definitely ignorant about some things, because frankly, there's no way for a mere mortal like myself to know everything. And, you know, it's important to know one's limits and try to exceed them whenever possible. But I guess, like, that's the thing. Like, if I don't know something, I try, even though it's sometimes hard on the old ego, I try, ouch, I try to educate myself, you know? But there's some people out there who they don't do that. They think they already know everything. Or I guess they think they know everything worth knowing, and then they, you know, they just, like, they're happy living in ignorance. Which, I get it, frankly, because, honestly, the more time I spend trying to, like, read about what's happening in the world and, you know, how, you know, different things, well, honestly, I think the big thing, if you want to educate yourself about what's going on in the world, you have to try and strive for a bit of a balance with it, because while there is a lot of really, really bad stuff out there, you know, if you look for it, you always have to go looking for it, because of course, a lot of our modern day corporate media does, you know, I mean, I get it, they need to make their profit too, but then again, should news be a for-profit industry? The answer, in my opinion, is no. News should just be about educating and, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be all about educating, because there is like, opinion columns exist for a reason. But, you know, sometimes, I guess. Is this whole episode just gonna be me talking about the real world? Probably at this point. But you know what? It's keeping me focused. I'm talking about stuff that is apparently important to me. And maybe important to you too as well, dear viewer. In any case, what I'm trying to impart... Well, I don't know. I repeat this often, also I should probably have a quick look at what that curse actually was I just got inflicted with. Ah, that's totally fine. Anyway. Yeah, just... My message as always is, you know, just be good to each other. It's a thing I try to remind myself to do. Because... I think the thing that kind of scares me sometimes is, I don't want to be one of those, like, self-righteous, you know, I know what's best and everyone else is, you know, a filthy sinner who deserves my scorn and condemnation, and only I can enlighten the unwashed masses. Because I know that's not me. I'm not that person. I can't, well, I could be that person, but that would be a very awful person to be. And I don't want to be the person who does know what's best for everybody, you know? That's not me. I don't want that. All I know is that I want to be the best possible version of myself. And, you know, I mean, that just kind of means, like, doing stuff like this, entertaining people, and, you know, on this channel, and maybe bringing a little joy into people's lives. Maybe a few laughs. Probably no tears. I don't think I've got any dramatic chops in me. Ooh. But, you know. Laughs, maybe make people think a little, maybe make myself think a little bit. And most of all, just have fun with it. So yeah, you know, maybe with that, I shall end this real-world discussion portion of the episode, which has been going on for some time now. But what else do I want to talk about today? I guess that's a good question. Oop, easy now. I might actually stick on this topic for a while because I feel like I could keep talking about it, but then again, what else? Oh, you know what? I was just noticing in, like, you know, seeing as this is a video game channel, maybe I should talk about video games. What is something I was just noticing the other day? Apparently, the next Assassin's Creed game has been, well, the trailer, actually, by the time this episode comes out, the trailer should be out. What is it? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's going to be a Viking-themed Assassin's Creed game. I hope that means they bring back, to some extent, the black flag mechanics of, you know, sailing on the ocean. In many ways, I think Black Flag was my favorite Assassin's Creed game. And frankly, I kind of feel in some ways that Ubisoft missed out on a brilliant opportunity to do more, you know, naval-themed games. Well, I mean, I guess there was also Assassin's Creed Rogue that had, if I remember, I never played Rogue, by the way, but I do recall that, I think that had, pretty sure that had, let's see. I'll get rid of one of these gold things, I suppose. If I want to remove corruption, I can do that. Seems good to me. But anyway, yeah. I look forward to a Viking-themed Assassin's Creed. I assume it's going to be like the newer games, which I also have not played, Odyssey and Origins. Though I hear they are good, and were like a real breath of fresh air into the franchise. That's, someday I'll have to give those games a try. Maybe even on the stream or something, because those feel like games that would be good to play on, like, live. Not that I want my live stream to be, like, all playing, like, the bigger AAA titles, which, to a certain extent, I feel is what... Well, I guess Hollow Knight wasn't a AAA title, but, well, neither was close to the... Okay, you know what, never mind. They're not... I mean, I guess the only AAA title I have played on the stream thus far is the one we're playing right now, Dark Souls 3. But, ouch. Anyway. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess it depends on if there's interest in seeing that sort of thing. Though I've also been thinking that maybe I should try to fit in at least one multiplayer game on the stream, because that could be fun. Haven't really decided on anything like that yet, and I suppose I casually mentioned that offhand as a not-so-subtle way to fish for suggestions. But yeah, we'll see. Of course, I guess maybe I shouldn't be talking about the stream in our non-stream videos, but then again, maybe that is a not-so-subtle way for me to advertise that I do live stream, and maybe hint that you watching at home should consider coming to watch if you don't already. Though I do also know, you know, there's a different kind of audience between the kind of people who like to watch live streams and like to watch these pre-recorded videos and whatnot, and that's all cool. Of course, it's also possible, you know, maybe... well, maybe some of you didn't know I also live stream. Maybe some of you, Or wait, does this cost me health now? Instead of, corruption? Because 200 is a lot, and in fact, that is what happens. Interesting. You know what, I think I'll go the mystery room route. Anyway, but yeah, so, you know, that's a thing. Well, while I'm on the topic of it, what other games are games that I might be interested in playing, but have not had the chance as of yet? I suppose that's an interesting topic of conversation. Because I guess the thing is, there's always more games out there that I would like to play than I actually have time to play. Of course, then again, that goes with a lot of things, not just games as well, doesn't it? You know, a lot of books I would like to read, a lot of movies I would like to watch, lots of, well, oh my, that's a lot of health just sitting there. Lots of stuff. Ah, dang it. I did so well at dodging. Until then. I should have... There we go, that's what I should have done in the first place. No, gaslight. Oh god. Well, I'm gonna need that health. Ooh boy. Could have handled that better, I think. But oh well. I mean, we're... Actually, I'm noticing with some dismay that my dexterity... Did I actually pick up that +7 dexterity? Oh, thank God I did. So I had this horrible thought for a moment that I hadn't. And that would have been quite bad, in my personal opinion. Oh, that worked out. But you know what? As long as I can keep our combo up, we should actually heal quite nicely. Plus 12 dexterity. Man, this is the first game in a long time where I've been short on money. I don't know if plus 12 dexterity... Actually, you know what? I suppose what I should really be doing is looking for better weapons, and maybe I should have made more of an effort to find... Well, what could I really do at this point, I guess is the question. There are some good good relics that... Oh no. That we could pick up. Oh dear. There's some good relics I could pick up that would help our situation. But if we also just take a look here at our weapon, it's starting to show its age, as it were. And we might be better suited finding some... Oh dear. Finding something else to use. In fact, look at this. We're already back at full health. So we can definitely afford to be a little risky with our... Oh dear. With our expenditures. Oh, that's a lot of jaguars. I shouldn't have rolled there. Though I did. Alright, well that worked out. And you know what? We are losing corruption every time we kill someone. Or at least every time we kill someone with, you know, as long as our greed counter is going. Which is quite handy. Alright, there goes my stamina. Oh, get out! You know, I think another thing that might end up throwing me off here, going back and forth between this and Hades, is Hades doesn't have stamina management. So, that is definitely going to change how I play the game a little bit. Which, well, you know how it is. If you're playing, especially when you're playing games that are similar but different, you sometimes... Like, as you develop muscle memory for one or the other, it kind of starts bleeding over. I think my muscle memory with Curse the Dead Gods has actually helped me in Hades, because again, gameplay is pretty similar between the two, even with the various differences. You know, I should have kept that do more damage in the dark relic. As that would doubtlessly... Oh god. Oh, and I managed to block it. I am the greatest Curse of the Dead God player of all time. I have no poison, but the dexterity is tempting. And also I might end up picking up a poison weapon anyway, so, you know, that could... I think we want to keep the critical damage. If I get rid of anything, I guess it's going to be this gold reduction cost. For some raw damage. Now, I suppose what I would like to see is a weapon that scales with my dexterity. If I can pull that off. Why do I do that to myself? That is a very good question. The question, of course, is what weapon would I like? And also, yeah. Though, frankly, we actually have a pretty nice assortment of stats all around. I mean, getting a weapon that's scaled to 5 or dexterity or our perception would be pretty good. Though, or no, not dexterity, constitution. That's the health one. Oh god! Oh god! I should have seen that one coming. But I didn't. Because I'm a fool. A foolish fool. Now I've taken more damage than I would like to admit. And yet, there it is. Alright, so we can either go weapon, weapon, or weapon, relic, emblem thing. And I think we all know which direction I'm going to go with that. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Mostly because they feel like they're probably the biggest threat to my, my survival. I should have done that better. Oh dear. No, Gaslight, you've lost your second last chance at getting more dexterity. Well, free dexterity anyway. Oop. Easy does it now. Though I guess the really hard part about all this is the lack of money. Oh dear. Can I slip in a little burning? Oh, there goes my combo. Oh dear, got too close. Flew too close to the sun. My own fault, but alas, that knowledge does not bring me any joy. Alright, let's see here. We need something that can pack a real punch. Okay, that's not it. 30% damage against elites, champions, and bosses. That's on top of what we've already got. And it does do a considerably larger amount of damage, though it is a slow weapon. But we also won't take double damage. So you know what, I'm going... This is another one of those cases. I could keep re-rolling, but if history has taught us anything, it's that if it's good enough, I should take it. Because odds are I'm not going to get anything better. And yeah, let's go for a relic. I think our best bet is to get a relic that lets us restore to half health the first time we die. If we can pull that off, we're golden. Also, destroy Mr. Jet. Oh god. Okay. Now be careful of this one. Now, of course, the interesting part of this is that every single hit is going to stun the enemy and then roll out of the fire. Oh no. Oh, that worked out. Yeah, that was pretty good. We are definitely not healing to full health though, but still. We're gonna do good things, I think. Oh god, do I really only have 132 ducats? Ooh boy. Okay, that is good. I think excuse me. I mean, yeah, I think this is the obvious choice here. We could keep re-rolling and hope for something better. But, I'm gonna go for this. Okay, well. This is going to be an interesting boss fight. We are at about half health. Alright, if I can keep my combo for the duration of this room, though, we should get a reasonable amount of healing in. Alright. I think I want to kill you first. Nope. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah! Alright, well. Well, we didn't heal as much as I would have liked, but we did heal a good amount, so... As long as, I mean, that's the key thing, isn't it, as always? As long as I don't get hit, it doesn't matter how much health I have. It's gotta pick your moments. I mean, it's real, if Dark Souls has taught me anything, it's that you gotta pick your moment. Like so. Then get one more in there, and then run like hell. Oh god. Oh no! Oh, thank Jesus. Oh god, I rolled into the fire. That was bad. Pick your moment, and then go ham on him. Well, as ham as you can get when you only have 5 points of stamina. Alright. No sense risking it. Oh god. Get out of there. Alright, I mean, so far so good. Alright. That was kind of risky. I should have parried that. It also occurs to me all that critical damage is less... No. Okay, get out of there. I feel like the fire here is much, much worse. Oh god, I can't get hit again. Okay. Not sure I'm gonna be able to do this. Oh, come on, I rolled past him. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. We'll have to try that again next time. But until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And I'll see all you in the next video.